Welcome back here once again, everyone. I have on many an occasion talked about CBR being one of the most shill media sites you could find. If there's an opportunity to pander to something that makes no sense, CBR jumps on board and they seem to get it. And they seem to act like they're doing something really amazing. But what could only be described as one of the dumbest things CBR has ever put out is this article I found from them here. DC's Superman identity recall perpetuates a lazy comic book trope. It's written by Ronaldo Matadine. DC making Superman hide his identity again feels like a step backward for the comics industry after all the progress the medium has made. It has made no progress whatsoever. Now, it's not the first time Superman's identity has been revealed. It's happened a few times over the years, but then, they always have to backtrack because any superhero revealing their secret identity makes absolutely no freaking sense whatsoever. None. Now, let me get into this article. Let's tell you just how mental this person is and the arguments that they attempt to use show just how much they don't seem to have any kind of knowledge of what they're doing. And it makes me wonder what kind of lunatics really work at CBR. Even though I pretty much am sure I already know. So the article starts off. When Superman announced his identity to the world, it's safe to say the decision divided DC fans. Many felt he should have kept his secret as Clark Kent safe, while others thought it was a proactive, honest move to shake up the status quo. Nobody thought that. Nobody thought that. I can honestly say the majority, all of DC actual fans, no, not the ones who just like to pander to anything, but the actual fans, were of either two thoughts. One, this is extremely stupid and makes no sense. That's where I was. And two, they're going to have to backtrack this in at least a year, maybe two. That's also where I was. I pretty much said to myself, this is absolute and utter garbage. One, it's a stupid move, and two, they're going to have to reverse it because doing it makes no sense. It made no sense with the story, it made no sense at all. It goes on. Coincidentally, the publisher has decided to reverse the decision. Surprise, surprise. Making the truth hidden again, not just for Kal-El, but for his son John. As far as I am concerned, John should just be flushed down the toilet and done. It's still obscure as to what's the long-term plan, but as usual, DC's touting something big and connected to a larger tapestry. However, recalling the identity perpetuates a lazy and cliched comic book trope that lacks creativity. Now let me just stop for a moment there and explain to you why this is not a lazy and cliche comic book thing or anything like that. Superman is an invulnerable alien with godlike abilities that mortal men cannot even dream of. You could fire a rocket launcher at Superman, he won't even flinch. You could shoot him point blank range in the head repeatedly and you will do more damage to yourself. He wouldn't even feel it. You understand me? He wouldn't even feel it. But you know what you can do? When it is you learn of Superman's secret identity, when you actually learn, listen, Superman is Clark Kent and he's married to Lois Lane. He has parents. He has friends. You can hurt them. You can't hurt Superman, but you could clearly and very easily shoot Lois Lane. You could clearly and very easily kidnap his parents and torture them. I mean, if you take, for example, let's see what happened in Marvel with Civil War 2. Civil War 1, right? When Spider-Man revealed his identity to the world as Peter Parker, another dotish move on my part there. But what happened? Aunt May got shot. Because you have to understand, the reason heroes have secret identities is to protect their loved ones. They go out there, they do things to save people, stop bad guys. They have enemies. If their enemies cannot get to them, they will get to the people closest to them. And the moment that you reveal who you are and get rid of your secret identity, it puts everyone in danger. Some may say, well, Tony Stark, but that's still a stupid move to begin with, because for many years, Tony Stark had everyone believing that, Iron Man was someone else, and then he told the whole world, and that didn't go very well for him for a while, but, still, that's what's going on. Let's continue this horrendous thing going on here. Marvel, for example, walked this back with Peter Parker, right? Exactly. After he revealed his identity in the original Civil War, it then took Mephisto's supernatural dealings to reverse things, which has left fans polarized to this day. Some thought Pete being an adult and responsible would have benefited him. No! Raising the stakes for MJ and Aunt May, which eventually happened when May got shot. Yeah, because he opened his bloody mouth and told the whole world, I'm Peter Parker and I'm Spider-Man. What did you think was going to happen? Somebody was clearly going to go after your wife and your aunt, the two people you hold most dear to you. It was simple common sense. Do not reveal your secret identity. You have it for a reason. Shut your freaking mouth. It's that simple. But you went out there, told the whole world, and then what? Aunt May got shot. You were the reason she got shot, dumbass. Thankfully, she survived. Well, could have easily gone the other way, but no. Let's tell the whole world. Idiot. But it confirmed how comics could blend realism with escapism. No, it doesn't. Father, I tell you, what idiot allowed this man to write this nonsense? I'm not going on it. In Superman's case, Clark was doing the right thing. Says who? Based on the rationale he gave about truth, justice, and honor. This wasn't just about the American way. It was for the better tomorrow. Oh, Jesus Christ. Proving he had journalistic integrity, morals, and ethics. In the process, having heroes in public like this makes stories feel fresh and human. Who is telling these people these things? It shapes something original at a time even indie publishers keep their heroes hidden, as seen in the likes of Radiant Black. If heroes are out and about, though they'll feel relatable and like one of the people despite the risks, which creates that deep emotional connection most creatives dream of. Okay, the readers know who Superman is. The readers know who Spider-Man is. The readers know who Batman, Green Lantern, Iron Man, whoever. The readers know who these people are. That's how we connect with them. Their secret identities are not hidden to us. But there is a reason that your secret identity exists inside of the world of comics. It's essential to keep your loved ones safe. It's essential so that you can have a life. When Superman wakes up in the morning, he's Superman. He's Kal-El. That's his identity. The disguise he wears is Clark Kent. And when you talk about journalistic integrity, what the hell are you even talking about? Yes, he's a journalist, fine, but he's a superhero first. He saves lives. He battles evil. He stops things. He has enemies you cannot even dream about. And you're telling me he should endanger everyone around him because of some outdated crap that you're talking about, that, connecting to people? No. Take, for instance, if you will, My Hero Academia. In My Hero Academia, heroes are prevalent. It's a superhero society. Everybody knows who these heroes are. But do they really know them? The heroes have become more of kind of something not as bad as the boys, but they're more publicity and public. Yes, they save lives. Yes, they do things, and there are heroes who do one and the other. But the majority of them are out there to be seen. That's what they do. And when it is the villains tore down that and expose them for what they were, a lot of these heroes quit and went into hiding and all kind of thing because they didn't want to actually deal with it. Endeavor, who is now the number one hero, wanted it all along. He's now the number one hero. He get revealed as a wife abuser and a child abuser. His own children don't want anything to do with him. Well, for a while now, because he was insisting in turning his youngest son into being his own. So you get a chance to see this is what happens when you expose them to something. They stopped being heroes and started focusing more on, hero rankings and all kind of nonsense. Now, one could say that, their identities out there one than the other. Okay, but it's pretty dangerous when your identity is known. People could go after those closest to you. Yes, people have quirks and all kind of things, but not everybody has hero training. It could backfire badly. And when you're talking about some kind of deep emotional connection, the deep emotional connection comes in these heroes, how you've written them. Their secret identities are a part of them. Batman is Batman, but he's also Bruce Wayne. If you don't have those two balancing each other out, you end up with a very disturbed individual living in a cave, dressing like a bat and going out at night to attack people. Who wants that? You need to balance it out. And this made no sense at all. So more to go. Let's continue more with this nonsense. What's an advantage for Superman is the authenticity shines through, reducing the gimmicky vibe. However, once the identity goes back, no one will ever take the publisher seriously regarding masks coming off. But that in itself, what he says there clearly shows that he doesn't know what he's talking about. I've said before, Superman's identity has been revealed before, and they've always had to go back on it because it makes no sense. This is nothing new that they're doing right now. DC is literally just rehashing anything they could find to try and stay relevant. It will feel cheap and like a marketing tactic, and that's exactly what it was, which shouldn't be the intended effect. The Man of Steel, after all, not hiding his identity, presents a challenge that will push the creative team, subvert the industry, and get the common people to feel like they're on the ground with the superhero. What the hell? Who common people want to feel that? Sadly, the idea superheroes should hide the truth as it adds more drama for them and their families are archaic. Yeah, tell that to Aunt May when she got shot because Peter Parker opened his blasted mouth. Tell she that. In Superman's case, it's outdated. And for his son, John, it's quite regressive. Well, John Kent has been a waste from the start. I've said that many times. These alien migrants, for example, should be themselves, unabased and unapologetic, without the forced drama of having to hide their real identities. Okay, Superman is an American citizen. John Kent is an American citizen. So calling them alien migrants clearly shows that you clearly don't know what the hell you're talking about at all. Ultimately, this makes the publisher feel as if they're over-relying on the endangerment of the hero's loved ones to stir tension. Of course, suspense and dread. What in God's name do you think? This is the point of having a secret identity to protect your loved ones. Let's not forget the time Kyle Rayner found his girlfriend inside of a fridge. It's honestly an overdone tactic by now. At the time, fans want more nuance. Maybe that's why people are walking away from DC in droves, because they want more nuance. I'm beginning to wonder if this fella even knows what he's talking about writing this, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Sadly, hiding Kal-El's truth again feels like it's cowardice, making the readers think this fuckhead is the author of the character. That's not the case. It's their heart, soul, and good deeds which would resonate more if they're not mysterious strangers to the masses, but humans and citizens like them. Oh, Father in God. You know, Superman revealing his identity to the world happened because of Bendis. We had the whole Bendis is coming thing, and Bendis run on Superman may not have been, well, it's certainly up there when it comes to the worst of what's happened to Superman. His run on Superman was terrible. Many people will argue the worst thing he did was what he did to John Kent. I said before, I said again, I saw it coming a mile away what they were planning to do with John Kent. But if you just look at Superman and what he did, he had Superman reveal his identity because why? Superman and Lois allowed their son to go off with his crazy grandfather, right? Putting up virtually no protest whatsoever. Lois agreed to go with it. And then one day into it, she decided, well, you know what? John knows what he's doing. He doesn't need me. And then she left him alone with his grandfather, where John got kidnapped, taken to the crime syndicate, alternate world. He get tortured there for years, and it doesn't make no sense, whatever. She came back, never told Clark she was back, went and rented some apartment to write some book or some article or something, and then you see something of Lex Luthor visiting her, and we're not sure if it is she and he was banging or not. We don't know. Probably not. I don't. Maybe. And then her excuse was she felt like she was losing herself in being a wife and a mother. Woman, just divorce the woman. But no, you basically turned Superman into some kind of cuckold. Then had him reveal his identity to the world. It made no freaking sense at all. And now, you have to backtrack it. Because as it's been done before, it doesn't freaking work. And you want, and even what is that, how are you even going to do it? He can't go back to being Clark Kent. I mean, unless it is you wipe everybody's minds of it or reverse them, whatever the hell, some nonsense they may do very well. But it makes no sense to begin with. This article shows that this Ronaldo Matadine clearly has no clue what the hell he's talking about. And literally everything he said here shows just how moronic the people over at CBR are. And they are somehow supposed to be a comic book news site with knowledge on everything. These people are just idiots. This is a stupid story trying to somehow say that you know what? Superman revealing his secret was a good thing, even though it made no sense. Sales are just dropping and people are just sick and tired of all this shit rolled together. You people are constant morons who just keep getting worse. You know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You'll be notified every time you put out a new video. I shall see you all next time. Take care.